Hello everyone, I'm sorry that I haven't done one of these a little sooner. As some of you may know, when I film these up at the church I attend, St. Andrew's Episcopal Church here in San Antonio, Texas. And the office I normally use, we had a little bit of a flood this last week, so that's why I'm not down there in that office. I'm using a different office upstairs right now, so thank you to the church for letting me use this office today. So I'm sorry that I haven't been... hadn't even done an update before that flood last week. Unfortunately, a lot of these moving pieces are kind of a lot of waiting on my part, so I've been waiting for different parts to come through. Two of the biggest parts of the kind of puzzle of moving over to the University of Edinburgh have fallen into place now. That is both my accommodation and immigration, and so those are both done. So I'm going to be doing two videos this week. This first one we're going to talk about accommodation and just kind of like what I did and a little bit about that. Obviously there'll be a much nicer one when I get to Edinburgh and can actually like do a little video of where I'll be living, but we can do a little bit today. So first let me just say the way I approached accommodation. A lot of you may know I just turned 36, so I'm about 10 years roughly older than a lot of my fellow students are. Kind of waited a little bit later than a lot of them did. And so I just kind of had decided that I was maybe a little too old to be sharing a kitchen and bathroom with a bunch of people 10 years younger than me. So, who are all, I'm sure, fantastic people, but just... I think I'm old enough to just do it on my own for right now. So while I had originally applied through the university's normal student accommodation, pathway, I ended up going through a different thing the university has, which they call DOMUS. And largely, for the most part, this is where the university sort of manages a lot of private accommodation, but you're still renting from the university as opposed to having to go out and decide whether a landlord is trustworthy and stuff like that. But they also have a select number of accommodation that, even though it's physically inside a student building, because it's a lot different from some of the other accommodations available, they rent it through the DOMUS system. So that's how I went. And so I ended up with a kind of essentially a very small but one-bedroom apartment, but it has a separate kitchen and living area and a bathroom, and all of that is just mine. That's just like enclosed. I'm not sharing the kitchen or the bathroom with anyone else. I still have to go downstairs and, pay to use the laundry, but, that's all right. So that's basically where I'm at. Let me just tell you a little bit about where I have ended up. So I'm going to transition this over very quickly here. There we are. You can see that's a map of Edinburgh. I don't think I showed you that when I did the kind of all the map stuff in the last episode, or the first episode maybe it was. So this is actually the city of Edinburgh and the area just around it. And specifically you'll see where that red dot is, which is kind of right in the center. That is where I will be staying. So, that's pretty exciting. Specifically, I will be in the area called the Old Town. This is up by the Edinburgh Castle, which is kind of right in the center of Edinburgh. So this is all the kind of medieval streets and so forth. So it's a pretty cool area, not too far of a walk from where I'll be going to school. I'll just kind of have a little zoom in here. So you can see again where the red dot is. That's where I'll be staying. And this big, large section to the immediate left of it on the map is Edinburgh Castle. So I really am like right there in the center of Edinburgh. The building I'll be living in is a 400-year-old building called Milnes Court. And here is a picture of that. So this is all the pictures I'm really going to show you today. When I get over there, I'll do a kind of walkthrough video or something like that. But I will be here in this 400-year-old building. I do have my own one-bedroom flat, as they would say over in the UK. So I'm excited about that and glad that it has worked out that way. So hopefully you will come back for the next episode, which I'll talk about sometime later this week, where I will talk about immigration. Again, the reason that there have been kind of such a big gap is I was waiting on the accommodation and immigration bits to kind of fall into place, and it took a while. There's a lot of waiting on my part for that. So that's kind of an update on my accommodation, where I'll be living. And again, when I get there, I will do a nice little video walkthrough and put it up here. And it's, like I said, nice part of town, right in the middle of everything in the history, and not too bad for the shops, or, like I said, it's about a half-mile walk to where I will actually be taking classes. So thank you all for joining me, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.